My name is Danielle Svanstrom, and this is my business presentation on Valley Peaks Winery. I'm here today to try to obtain a loan in the amount of $180,000 to make mine and my husband's dreams of owning a winery a reality. First, let's talk about what this winery will be. One, Valley Peaks Winery is going to be a state-of-the-art wine production facility with a vineyard with an emphasis on organic and sustainability. We'll have a giant wine tasting room, banquet facility, retail shop, a large outdoor venue with plenty of seating and outdoor spaces, a sustainable vineyard, and a community garden for our guests to enjoy. The keys to the success of Valley Peaks Winery are going to lay in 4 main points. 1, we are going to offer a high quality product at many price points, available for any size wallet. We intend to excel in customer service and provide an atmosphere unlike any other winery in the area. We're going to create great community relationships. We're going to do this by participating in fundraisers, donating, and just being part of the community whenever we can. A couple of the products that we're going to offer, obviously, is wine. Wine is the big product. Here's a couple samples of the wines that we will offer. You may have heard of Cabernet Sauvignon and Sauvignon Blanc, but I'm sure you haven't heard of Maréchal Foch or Petit Pearl or Saint Pepin. That's because these are hybrid grapes that are just local to our area. We can only grow them here, and I think this is going to be a big draw for our business because people are so into buying local and shopping local and organic products right now. A competitive advantage that we're going to have over other wineries in the area. Like I said, we're going to have organic products. Almost no other vineyards, especially in Wisconsin, have an organic wine. Why? Because it's very hard to do. You need to know how to do it because of our climate. So we will have a competitive advantage by offering an organic product. Again, we're going to have a price point for everyone. You're going to be able to buy a $15 bottle of wine all the way up to a $40 bottle of wine. And the big draw-in for us is going to be our location and views. We're going to be located on a piece of property with astounding views of a valley and plenty of outdoor spaces and gardens. A little bit about our competition. Yes, there are about 5-6 wineries within a 50-mile radius of us. Now, are they really competing with us? I don't necessarily think so, because I think more wineries in an area draw more business to an area. People tend to come for a day of wine tasting and go to more than just one winery. So I kind of find it as an advantage. But let's talk a little bit about these competitors. Studio Winery, there's no organic options. Piper Porch, no banquet areas. Apple Barn, Stoller, and Apple Trio Winery all only make fruit wines. These are sweet wines made out of apples or pears. They don't even offer a grape wine. So that's a little bit about our competition. A little bit about our market. We do have a large target market. The age is 21 to 70. And we target males and females equally. According to our research, men and women enjoy wine equally. Our primary market is going to start with the Lake Geneva and surrounding areas, and with people with an interest in social drinking with an emphasis on local and organic products. Our secondary target market is going to be targeting the vacationers and tourists in the Lake Geneva area. The psychographics of these target market is going to be 1, the social drinker. This is a big one for us. This consumer is into having drinks to relax, hang out with their friends, socialize, and just have a good time. The second target is the second psychographic section is the experience seeker. This group is up and coming. It's a huge group now. These people are out just for an experience. They want to do something fun, no matter what it is. They want to take pictures of themselves and post it on social media of them doing these things. And then the third group that we're going to target is the wine enthusiast. This group is extremely passionate about their wine. They're very knowledgeable about their wine, and they'll be drawn to our winery because it's different, and they want to know what a Petite Pearl wine is. So here's a little bit more of the demographics on our target market. Like I said, male and female. The primary demographics are going to be, age 30 to 50, probably $75,000 and up. Upper middle class. Secondary, $25,000 to $40,000 income, working class. And our tertiary demographic is going to have an income of $150,000 plus. These are going to be upper middle class, upper class, and professionals. The geographics of Valley Peaks Winery. It's going to be located in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, on Bowers Road. And if any of you are familiar with the area, Alpine Valley, which is a large ski resort and music venue, is located just down the road. We're also located right off Highway 53, which gives us directly between Chicago and Milwaukee, so we can get pull from both sides of those cities. We're also 10 miles outside of Lake Geneva. So with our target market being the tourists from there, I think we're just in a great location. So let's start talking about our marketing plan. Like mentioned before, we will be targeting all wine drinkers. The wine market in the United States is one of the largest in the world and one of the fastest growing in the world. And it intends to be that way for a while, according to some of the research we've done. A little bit about our price points. Like I said, we intend to have a price point for every wallet. So if you can see here, we have our base label, which is a lot less costly than our reserve label. You can get a bottle of our base label wine for $15. Or the wine enthusiast might want to pay $40 for our reserve label Cabernet. There are also wines available by the glass, and here are some of the prices on those. They range anywhere from $5 to $10 a glass. A little bit about our promotional plan. We have a lot in store for promotions. This is just a brief summary. Billboards. We want to put billboards all over the highways. Outside of Milwaukee, outside of Chicago. A billboard will be located right outside our winery on Highway 43, letting people know that this is the exit. We will also be utilizing a company website that people can access. A wine club is going to be a huge promotion for us. This is an opportunity for customers to get in and get wines that might not be available to other people. They can find out about events. They will get special offers. You get discounts if you sign up for Wine Club. So we're really going to utilize Wine Club. We're also going to really utilize social media. I think that's huge right now in any business. We will be using it in every way possible, from check in and like us on Facebook and receive a free tasting, to share us on Snapchat and get a free cheese board. We're really going to market the use of social media, and hopefully they will do it for us. We're also going to utilize local papers, local radio stations to keep our community up to date about what's going on at our winery. So here's our SWOT analysis that we did. We talked about our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for this business. So as I've touched on already, some of our strengths will be the unique location and view, our organic products that are made with an emphasis on sustainability, so very environmentally friendly. And I haven't really touched much on this yet, but our winemaker, he is very, very well traveled in the world of winemaking and has a lot of experience, and I think is really going to push us over the edge. Weaknesses, however, yes, there are other wineries in the area. Just like any new business, we'll have a lack of established reputation to begin with. And in the wine industry, it takes grapevines a little bit of time to get established. So in the first couple years, our grapevines are going to be new and they don't produce as much wine. So that's a little bit of a weakness for us. However, the opportunities are abundant. We could have new marketing ideas, new use of social media to create demand, the opportunities for people to come in and see what we're doing with our sustainable vineyard and our new methods of making wine. I think there's a lot of great opportunities in this industry. There are also some threats. The cost of equipment is quite high. Other new wineries in the area. And one of the biggest threats probably for our business is the weather and the wildlife. So grapevines are very hard to grow, especially organically, and especially in this climate. So some of the threats are going to include, frosts in May, or an infestation of Japanese beetles that eat all of your grapevines. So these are all things that we are aware of and think that we can manage just fine. Okay, our business organization. This is kind of how our winery intends to be laid out. We will have my husband, the owner winemaker. I would be the general manager. We would have 2 tasting room guides, 1 cellar hand, and harvest workers. Harvest workers are temporary. We will bring them in as needed to help us harvest grapes, probably 1 to 2 at a time. So those guys are temporary. So liability and risk management. We are going to be structured as a limited liability company, which is going to offer us protection as it is. However, to protect ourselves even more, we'll make sure we have business insurance. We also are going to have a strong emphasis on maintaining this LLC as a separate entity. I don't want to mix mine and my husband's personal money or anything with the business. It's very important to me to keep everything separate. And doing so, this is going to help the LLC also establish credit. So in the future, we don't have to sign our personal names, and hopefully we can just establish the LLC's credit and just keep everything very separate. That's very important to us. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, we're seeking a loan for $180,000. What this $180,000 will be used for? The most of it is going to go to the equipment that we need. Winery equipment is very expensive. That's going to be the bulk of it. Once we get going, we are also going to be using this money to pay bills at the beginning, to buy our insurance, workers' comp, all of our utilities, legal and accounting fees, advertising right off the bat. That's going to be a big chunk of it. And then the normal business expenses, bank fees, telephone, internet. You get the picture. So here's a little bit of the breakdown of the financials for the first 3 years, I'm sorry. As you can see, sales look very good according to our projections. $680,000 in sales in the first year, with a net income of $184,000. It's unbelievable. I think that we're going to do just fine. Which brings us to our break-even analysis. Valley Peaks Winery will need on average $1,000 approximately in sales each day. This equals $366,000 in sales annually in order to break even, okay? And then what did I just show you? $680,000 in sales each day. So our break-even cost, we're doubling that in the first year according to our projections. So I think it's a safe gamble. However, in case of something changing, we've done a couple sensitivities for you. So in this analysis, we show the sales of 20% less than our initial estimate of what I just showed you. So if sales are 20% less, we're still going to have $618,000 in sales with $144,000 in gross profit. What was the break-even number again? 366. We're still at 618 with sales less than 20%. Here's another sensitivity analysis. In this analysis, we show wine sales at a 40% gross profit margin versus a 60% gross profit margin. That means that maybe the cost of goods to make wine have shot up and it's super expensive to buy in the yeast or the grapes or some of the products that we need. So our cost of making the wine has gone up. Yes, it has really cut into our net income, which is still in the positive, which is still $81,000. Our sales are still $773. Oh, sorry, that's year 3. Year 1 down here, $680,000 in the first year. Still doubling our break-even point. So, exit strategy. My husband, Adam Raby, plans to retire in this business. The only way that we are going to electively go out is if we can sell the business. I know that there are, okay. The first option for an exit strategy will be the sale of wine. The second option would be liquidation. If it came down to it and we had to sell, we would liquidate the company. We would bring a company in and they would sell off the pieces and we would get what we can. The third and the most least unlikely option will be bankruptcy. But as I just mentioned, my husband plans to retire and just sell the business when the time comes. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you'll consider giving us the loan of $180,000 to open the winery of our dreams.